In the old days, steam was the king of travel. Besides motor cars and horse and buggy, steam locomotives chugged all over the world for travel and luxury. There have been many legends of ghost trains that wander along the rails like lost souls. There was one story that I've taken a liking to. It took place somewhere in the Great Smoky Mountains of the Carolinas. It was said that the only people that know the tale was none other than No.9's driver and fireman. Just a few weeks after the accident, they told the tale to a few reporters, and boy did it scare them. It became a legend, but over the years the story has been told in many different ways. After years of research, I found the original newspaper article of the story. Here is the tale of No.9. No.9 was a 460 locomotive who was used for passenger trains as well as freight trains. It was a useful and dependable locomotive, but soon things changed for the worse. It started to do more night runs than day runs. With that going on, the driver and fireman had to work harder than ever to keep up with the workload. No.9 had to be fired up near sunset, and coal was hard to find at the end of the day. So there had to be a stash of coal for No.9 every evening. Because it was dark, the driver and fireman had to make sure that they knew where they were going. Sometimes they get lost and try to find their way back home. This problem became worse when winter came. No.9 had to be put back on the rails countless times till its railway decided to put cowcatchers on it. After that, things started getting better, but new problems arose. Tracks that were old and rusty had to be replaced immediately so that trains could run smoothly. But No.9 had had a couple of accidents that caused its trains to be more late than usual. One time, it almost fell off the side of a mountain, and it was hauling hopper cars full of coal for every fireplace in towns all over the Great Smoky Mountains. But there was more to come for this locomotive. With the new invention of diesel locomotives, steam locomotives were getting less used. Because of this, all railways had to have diesels for travel and freight. No.9 tried to win this fight to beat these diesels. Everything was going well till steam production started to decrease. It scared all the drivers and firemen that cared for their steam locomotives. No.9's driver and firemen tried everything to keep their locomotive running, but soon it became obvious who was going to win the fight. No.9 had to do everything it could to keep up with the diesels till it became too old to do work. So No.9 had to stay in the sheds till it was needed. Whenever a chance of work became available, No.9 took whatever work it could do. It enjoyed pulling passengers and freight. Nothing was going to stop No.9 from doing that unless diesels had their way. After many months, No.9 felt too old to go on, but its driver and firemen tried to prevent it from quitting as much as possible. Soon, diesels were everywhere, and No.9 became one of the few remaining steam locomotives. But that didn't stop No.9 till that fateful night when it had to pull a passenger train to a town just outside the mountains. It was a dark and cold winter's night. No.9 was waiting for the passengers to finish hopping on board. After a few minutes, all the passengers were on board. The guard blew his whistle and waved his green flag. No.9 blew its whistle and chugged out of the station. Everything was running smoothly. No.9 was having a wonderful time. But ahead, one of the switches was set to the wrong track. No.9 didn't realize it till it was too late. The tracks were old and rusty. They had not been used for a long time. Soon, Number 9 could see a sharp bend, and its driver and fireman put on the brakes. They jumped out just in time. Number 9 leaned and fell to the right side and derailed. The whole train rolled down the mountain, and Number 9 soon blew up in flames, which killed all the passengers on board. The driver and fireman looked over the side and gasped. Their locomotive was no more. Every time on the day of the accident, Number 9 runs again with its passenger train. It was said that anyone who hopped on board would go through the same tragedy that the original passengers had had many years ago. The end.